Okay, this is Cyberman TV1. Hello, welcome. We're going to look on how to find the number of subnet and the number of value hosted per subnet. So you have to listen carefully so as to get the good idea on how to calculate this question, how to find IP address, network, broadcasting network. Okay, let us move. It is very important idea to you to work on this tutorial, being able to use this formula times success for speaking of the formula in the first two in order to determine the number of subnets. It's very simple. It's to the power of the number of subnet bits in the subnet mask. Likewise, in order to find the number of valid hosts in each one of the subnets, you are creating the formula is 2 to the power of the number of host bits in the mask minus 2, where subtracting the 2 at the end here, if you remember, because we have the network number that we don't assign, and we have the broadcast address which does not get assigned it to one single host. So when we say valid host, we really do mean the IP address in a subnet that we can actually allocate to endpoints like a computer or a router. All right, so let's run through a few examples. Okay, we are going to look this network number 192.168.10, and we are going to submit by applying the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Now at last, it's prefix notation. We know that because we look subnet mask in binary, we can see there are 281 bits, right? So the first things we want to do is ask ourselves question, namely, is this a class B or C network 192.168.10? Well, the answer is it's a class C network, and we know by looking at the first octet 192 fall within the class C network range. Now that's important because we know class C network has a default subnet mask of 255.255.255.0, which means the first 3 octet are dedicated to the network portion, and we know subnetting the network portion change. Well, it's good to establish that because when we want to find the number of subnets create within new subnet mask, the formula requires us to what, well, we know what our network bits are, can touch them, means remaining ones in the subnet mask have to be our subnet bits. So here we have 4. This equal 4 exponent times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 equals to 16, I think. So by using this subnet mask, we can create 16 subnet to the power of 4 for subnet bits. If we move on and look at the host, our formula here is 2 the power of the number of host bits. Well, we stole 4 host bits in the subnet mask, so we only have 4 left. We plug that in our formula here, and in fact is the sum as subnets. We get the same answer to power of 4 equals to 16 minus 2 equals 14. Don't forget the minus, subtracting the network number and the broadcast number in to find the number of valid host. Okay, so that's we determined by using the subnet mask. You can create 16 different subnets, and each subnet is going to have 14 valid hosts. Let's go ahead and look at another example here. We are going to look at 10.150.0.0. That is our network number, and the subnet mask we are going to apply to it is here 255.255.255.256. Notation as /30 because we are adding up all 1 bits subnet mask, and there are 3 of them. So just like did last time, let's go ahead and ask ourselves a question: 150.150 at class A, B, or C network. The answer is going to be class B because 150 falls the range of the class B network. That tell us that the first two octets are dedicated to the network portion and will not be changed. So when we are ahead and try a number of subnet can create, we need to know the number of subnet bits well. The remaining subnet bits in this mask are the one, and we can see it is all of these. So our formula will be 2 to power of 14. There are a lot of this. They equal 163. Well, that's lots of subnets. We are all chopping this class B network into a lot of different subnets. Let's go ahead and see how many hosts are going to be in each one of these subnets. So the formula, there is 2 to the number of host bits here, where many only 2 left to the power of 2 equals 4, and then we subtract 2, 4 minus 2, the hope one, the subnet number for the broadcast, to give us 2 valid hosts in each one of these in 84 subnets. So here we are creating many subnets, but each one is very small. In fact, we only have 2 IPs. We can actually use this assign device in each one of these subnet. Okay, and so that is approach you can take in order to answer this question whenever looking classful network and you are going to apply subnet mask to it, in order to then find many subnets you're actually going to create and how big each subnet is going to be, in order how host will be in each one subnet. So you have to take this formula clearly, and you may use it. The number of subnet is 2n, n number of subnet bits, and the number of valid hosts will be in each one. Focus this practice, write out some network numbers. You can randomly choose 1 or 2, class A, B, C, and mask like we did to the last example. Process each, determine the subnet bits, and then host bits. 3 pieces of information can use formula real precise in order to answer this question. Okay, so that is that, to find valid host per subnet. Keep practice, and thanks for watching.